guys doing out there? Hope you guys are good and stuff. It's a beautiful Sunday. So, wanted to talk to you guys. I haven't spoken to you guys in the whole week. I don't know what's going on. so, yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about designing your life, designing your life and what you want to get, what you want to achieve. And I'm saying this because I was talking to my sister and a couple of friends, and we were talking about like how difficult it is, to be what you want to be in this world. And I'm like, the fact that we consider how we turn out difficult is telling, because it shows that we are the ones that are putting restrictions on the kind of life that we want to live and the kind of beauty in life that we want to enjoy. Because I keep saying this, and I will forever keep saying this to you guys: whatever it is you think about, you bring about. Whatever it is you feel, you will pull into existence. It will become your reality, right? And that's not some woo-woo shit. That's not woo-woo at all. That's just reality. Whatever it is you think, whatever it is you feel, almost always becomes a prayer. And I say almost always, meaning always becomes a prayer. And it's a prayer. Every prayer gets answered. Every prayer, every time you feel disgruntled and you complain with your heart, that which you're disgruntled about is brought into existence. When you're unhappy with certain people, some unfortunate event befalls those people, or it befalls you because you're being unfair on yourself, on your own being. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about designing your future, especially designing your love life, designing how you want to be. And designing as in, I am fashioning how I treat myself. I'm fashioning how I treat myself because this is going to be an education for my future partner. How I carry myself, how I see myself, how I value myself, how I talk about myself, the things that I enact, the things that I put into action, the things that I chase, are going to be an education to my future partner. So I'm going to be disciplined about how I carry myself. I'm going to be focused about the things that I want. I'm going to value the process of learning new things until they become a familiar thing to do. I'm going to be dedicated to my journey of personal growth. I'm going to be dedicated to my journey of pampering myself, self-loving, and on a deep level, self-loving on a deep level, doing shadow work so I can change for the betterment that I want. I can change and be worthy and valuable enough for this partner that I want, this partner that I want to pull into my existence, this partner that I want to attract, this partner that I want to be attractive for. That's what I mean by designing. Discipline, focus, valuing and loving your process, and being patient with yourself. Are we patient with ourselves enough to see what we want come into our reality? Are we patient enough with ourselves to stand what's familiar? Some saw like 3 comments, and that was worrying for me because it came from 3 different people, and three people I value the most on my posts, saying better the devil that you know. No, better the devil that you know, because those devils taught you how not to exist with them, how not to exist in their vortex, how not to exist in their energy, how not to exist in their lives. Better those devils than one you don't, And that says stay away from devils. That says stay away from people of like action. Stay away from people who act that way. Stay away from people who behave that way. Stay away from people who who treat you that way. It doesn't say go back to that devil. It doesn't say go back to that ill treatment. It doesn't say go back to that ill behavior as well. Sometimes that makes you the devil yourself. Like, you're the devil. You're the one that's chasing and pursuing those kinds of treatment. I need you to start designing your life. It doesn't matter how outlandish it is. It doesn't matter how much you think you're worthy of it or not. A lot of us really do call ourselves worthy of better treatment, but we don't treat ourselves good. So where's this education going to come from? What's the universe going to equate itself to when it comes to you? What's the universe going to mirror? You know, what prayer is being answered when you constantly and repetitively keep telling God that you're unworthy? What is going to come of that? You know what's going to come of that. I know what's going to come of that, and I'm cautioning you against it. I'm cautioning you against speaking less about yourself, speaking evil about yourself, speaking bad about yourself. I keep saying I put up a video where I talked about how whenever we talk about relationships, it's always the bad that happened in relationships, either to us or other people, how we don't trust other people. Like, do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself? And if you trust yourself, why is repeating other people's badness such an alluring thing for you to do? You know, why aren't you repeating the goodness that you are? Why aren't you repeating how good you are and how deserving you are, and show it in action to yourself first? To you first, not to nobody. Don't prove it to nobody. You don't have anything to prove to anyone, actually. You have nothing to prove to anyone when it comes to loving and being loved. Because it's not proving that you're able to love if you're just a person who's loving. You're not proving anything. That's just you. That's your demeanor. That's your action. That's your character. That's who you are. You know, so you're not proving anything to anyone, but you have to prove it to yourself. You have to prove that capacity to love to yourself. You have to prove that capacity to be loved, to be held, to be valued, to be worthy, to be deserving. You have to prove it to yourself. Am I deserving enough of good love? And what is it that I am? What is it that I have become of myself in order to qualify me as worthy, as you know, successful, and someone who's succeeding of love, who's succeeding of good energy and love? What makes me worthy? You know, is it the way I carry myself? Is it the way that I value myself? Is it the way I speak highly of myself? Is it the way I carry myself? Is it the way I walk into a room and the energy changes and people's spirits are lifted for no damn reason but the fact that I walked into a room? Ask yourself those questions, you know, and design, prune, clip, toil in the work of making yourself worthy and attractive enough for good love to come home and stay. Because a lot of us, we perform good love. That bothers me a lot, you know, like our performance of good love. It bothers me a lot. It bothers me because I did it as well. I used to perform good love. I used to perform worthiness. I don't condone it, because instead of wasting time performing it, you could just literally become it. You can literally become the worthy partner. You could become the partner who's you know, who's just loved and loved. You know, instead of performing to dudes performing manhood, to women performing readiness and femininity, you know, in order to be alluring enough. And don't perform that. Just become it. It's not easy. It's not, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be easy. You know, just like it wasn't easy to become the bad that we are, it's not easy to become the good that we want to become. And I want you to do that. I want you to give yourself an opportunity to do that. Not for anyone else, but for you. Not for, you know, not for kudos or not to be applauded, not for nothing else, not for anything else but that. Just try it. Design your life. Design your love life. You know, write your partner out. You know, write them out. The kind of partner that you want to have, the kind of partner that you want to enjoy, the kind of partner that you want to be with. Write them out, feel them out in your presence, in your essence. Are they going to enjoy the person you are? Are they going to enjoy the partner that you are? Are they going to enjoy the sex that you give? You don't necessarily have to sleep with 1,000 people. Just clue yourself up about what you want and what you don't want. Investigate your own body, you know? Toy around. Play around with your own body. Find out what you like and what you don't like. Read a lot about sex. If that's, you know, because sex is a huge component when it comes to relationships. I get it. Sex is a huge component when it comes to relationships. But do you know how to have sex? Do you know how to make love? You know, I was talking to a brother, 42, and he says he only learned how to have sex, how to fuck, and how to make love and differentiate between the three when he was listening to my radio show. Only then. He was 40 at the 41 at the time, because that was 2 years ago. He was 41 at the time. He only learned how to do that when he was listening to my show, because no one taught him how to do that. No one told him. Of all the guys that he's spoken to about sex, no one actually told him about, what the difference is and how to have it, how to be sensual, how not to treat a woman like a cum bucket. No one ever taught him that. And that's how he carried himself, and he lost relationships because of that, because he didn't know. He thought he was the man, and because us men, and I'm talking to my brothers here, us men have a lot of, we walk into sex with the ego, and that messes us up, man. Like, that messes us up, that fucks us up completely. So I need you to learn your own body. I need you to learn what you like and what you don't like. I need you to learn what you want and what you don't want. I need you to learn what's a red flag for you, what's a boundary for you. I need you to learn what makes you happy, then make yourself happy, so you bring that happiness into the relationship, and you don't task your partner to be the one that has to make you happy. It's not their responsibility. It's nobody's responsibility to make you happy in life. And so you need to walk in with that which, with that happiness deeply ingrained inside of you, deeply formed as part of you. You have to walk into a relationship as that, or else you're going to be a burden. You don't want to walk into a relationship as a burden. You want to walk in as a value asset. You want to walk in as worth. You want to walk in as a treasure and someone worthy of keeping. And a lot of times you are. I bet you've experienced this, where you are worthy of keeping, and it scares the people that have to keep you, and they leave because they're not ready. They're not ready to keep that essence, and you should be proud of that. You should be proud of that. When you look at your past relationships, failures and successes, when you look at all your good relationships, all your bad ones, all the good partners, all the bad ones, how good you've been and how bad you've been, take that as value. Take that as lessons to grow from, and grow from them. Grow from those lessons, because it's all good and well to talk about our ex-partners in a bad light. It's all great, but like, what does it serve? What purpose does that serve? Because it doesn't build you up. It doesn't make you a better version of yourself. It doesn't make you feel better as well. Like, you don't feel better when you're talking about how bad your exes were. I can guarantee you that you do not feel better. So stop. Look at what you've lost and gained. Because no loss in the past is really a loss. You've gained yourself. You've gained better. You've gained lessons. And if you're not seeing lessons, you really need to look at it again, without you being a victim. Because you being a victim, and you assuming that all those bad things that happened because life is unfair and rare. You can look at it as that and learn nothing, or you can look at it as, oh, that's what I did, that's what I allowed, that's what I let happen, that's what I bekezelad, that's what I was quiet about. Oh shit, okay, cool, I shouldn't be quiet about that. I need to be more assertive, I need to be more confident, I need to be more not strong, but more astute in the way I carry myself. My principles are my principles, and I will not be moved from them. Nor will I lower my standards, nor will I lower my guard, nor will I lower, nor will I be patient while I'm looking at people treat me like a fool. I will walk away the next time. I will save myself. I will choose myself over and over and over again. I will work to gain people's trust, and I will not toy with people's trust. I will not toy with people's belief in me. I will not toy with their love and their care and their kindness. I won't take them as Popeyes because they're kind. I won't assume my kindness a weakness. You could look at it like that, and that makes you a winner. At the end of the day, when you look at things, when you really deep life like that, that's a growth mindset. That's more of a growth mindset than you'll ever have in your life. And I'm urging you and pushing you to act from a growth mindset, and only operate as that, because anything less is lack. Anything less is fixed, and anything fixed is always going to get you stuck in self-blame and self-loathe. And I can tell you what that life brings about. It's not joy, it's not happiness, it's not fulfillment. So if it's not joy, and if it's not happiness, and it's not fulfillment, get rid of it. Get rid of looking at life in that way. Get rid of looking at yourself in that way. Get rid of looking at your exes in that way. I personally do not regret any of my exes. I only regret not being ready for them. But not being ready for them got me ready for a lot more than I could have been with them, that they could have been with me. And I value that. I value that highly. So design your life. Design your life. I sought to design my life 8 years ago, and whatever it is that I designed, even when it was difficult, has not failed me. It hasn't failed me one single bit, and I urge you to do that. I urge you to task God, because God said He's written abundant blessings for you. Surah Al-Kawthar in the Quran, the chapter of abundance, only 3 lines long. Only 3 lines long. And man, Surah Al-Kawthar, please read that and really deep what God is saying. He's written your abundance for you, and your enemy cannot take from it. Even when you're your own enemy, you cannot take from the abundance that God has written for you. You can't. Look at all the people you consider to be unfair and how abundantly blessed they are in life. Look at all the people you consider corrupt and how abundantly blessed they are in life, because they're brave enough to go for what's theirs, and they task God. Task God. Design your life and task Him. Tell Him, I want my abundance, I want my partner. But in wanting your partner, in wanting that love life, in wanting that belonging, and wanting to be belonged with, and wanting to have that belonging in and off your life, there's things that you have to give up. There's a huge level of discipline that you have to have in your life in order for you to gain that, in order for you to make space and make room for that. Stop accommodating bullshit. Stop being bullshit. Stop being the bullshit. Stop being the thing that's holding you back from everything that you want. Stop. It's not difficult to stop. You just don't want to lose out on the comforts that you've gained. But those comforts are hurting you. And if comforts are hurting you, then they're not worthy of keeping. So let them go. Let them go. Let your old self go. After you watch this, let your old self go. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to waste your time. It's not worth it to waste other people's time. It's not worth it to be broken and stay broken, and you know you're broken and you can fix it, because no one else is going to do it for you. I've said this again. No one else is going to come and save you. There's nobody that's going to cape for you. And everyone that capes for you, everyone that's caping for you right now, and if you are caping for someone right now out there trying to save them and patent them for yourself, it's going to bite you in the ass. It's going to bite you in the ass. That good deed of you trying to save someone for you, it's going to bite you in the ass. I promise you that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't waste your time. Concentrate on yourself. Focus on yourself. Give yourself all that energy. Pour into yourself beautifully. You are an amazing, amazing person. And if nobody's ever told you that, I'm telling you this. You're an amazing person. You're a worthy person. You're a deserving person. You just don't see it. You just don't see it. And you don't see it because you're focused and concentrating on everything that's gone wrong. You don't see that you're alive. You don't value your breath enough. You don't value yourself enough. You don't value your essence enough. You don't value the fact that God is the one that created you, man. You were made by man, but you weren't created by man. You were created by God. And that's Him whom we belong to is Him whom we shall return to. Are you going to return as the lack you feel you are right now? As the lack you're living right now? Are you going to return as the abundance that He wrote for you? Fully having tapped into that, having shown up as purpose only. I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult. I know it. But it's difficult for purpose and for a reason. It's difficult for reasons that are going to better you. Just keep looking for the lessons in your hardships. 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 If you didn't hear me, please keep looking for the lessons in your hardships and only stay there. Don't go to why. Why is this happening to me? It's happening to you because it was chosen for you. Because you prayed great prayers. You prayed for great change. So great trial is going to be presented to you. Great trial is going to be presented to you because you prayed for great change. You want a lot more than what's happening in your life right now, and it's coming. Just be patient. It's coming. Just keep pushing. It's coming. Don't give up. What's yours is coming. That man, that woman, that family, that love life, that goodness, that wealth of being. And it starts with you. It starts with you saying, it is mine and I am enough. It is mine and I'm enough and I'm worthy of it. Because I promise you, you are. I promise you. So keep hoping, keep dreaming, keep designing, keep working on you. Work on you, success follows. Work on you, motivation follows. Work on you, inspiration is always there. The inspiration is, I want better. I want better. And it looks like this, and it looks like this, and it looks like this, and I'm going to do anything and everything humanly possible, legal and halal, humanly possible to see myself there. I'll get rid of anyone and everyone that is holding me back from getting there. I'll stop listening to anyone and everyone whose conversations with me are robbing me of my beautiful energy, are robbing me of my beautiful power, are robbing me of my eventual becoming. Cut ties. It's gonna be difficult, yeah, but fuck it. Fuck it and fuck them. That's it. I love you. I love you. Shout.